Hey there, welcome back. This is ShipCrafter, and it's episode 4. In episode 3, I was able to unlock a couple of these new turrets. These big guys over here. These are the 138mm M50s. The thing about them is they're okay. I think they got a reasonable rate of fire, they got a reasonable amount of armor. But last time around I had them all in the back. It didn't quite work out. So now I have adjusted the boat. The ship just got a whole lot wider. I even managed to hide a few torpedo tubes in here. The outer layers are hull, then 50mm armor, then 100. We also got the funnels a bit, well, not as many for starters, and I armored them up some. So now let's see if this new ship will work. What I also did over here was take out the Minakaze, which has unlocked the dual torpedo launcher, and now we're going to take on the Magdeburg and the Type 23. I'm going to do that in the daytime, though, because I don't really fancy nighttime engagements. Alright, you're the Magdeburg. I really hope my armor's going to hold up. We shall see how this goes. Ooh, that's a lot of ricochets on that ship. Missed. In some positions, I even have a dual layer of 100mm armor. So ideally, that would be sufficient. Okay, let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. That's torpedo tubes away. We already seem to be turning into a light submarine. Oh, she's rolling over already. That's good. Nice amount of damage there. Might need to point the gun slightly more towards the bridge, take out some damage there, or rather add some damage there. Make sure that she rolls over entirely. Oh, we're having an inbound torpedo spread. Yeah, I think she's no longer a problem, but she is. Okay, whatever we have left, turn that at the enemy. Based on the amount of firepower, not much. Yep, that's their torpedoes that passed. Where are all the guns at? Here we go. Only 2 turrets? I've only seen 4 shells. Where's the rest? Did they all get taken out? Are turrets that vulnerable? So you just need to add a whole lot of turrets to the ship? Because I rather doubt that my 40s are going to be able to take this thing out. Also, having my bow turrets at this point submerged probably isn't helping anything. Okay, range is about 1,000. If I can close the distance a bit, maybe I can land a torpedo hit. Range is about 700. Oh, there's not much left. The bow's been completely messed up. Nah. Survivability, even on this ship, is still a problem. Which is unfortunate. Okay, let's try that again. I'm gonna put maximum firepower on this ship here. Make her roll over as quickly as we can. And then, when she's no longer that big of a threat, we're gonna make sure that we take out the other guy. Come on, a bit more. I'm not hitting them. The 40s definitely aren't doing enough damage. They're all ricocheting. That was better. She's already rolling over. Okay, switch fire. I'm not even moving at all. Okay. Well, she's partly rolled over. Oh, here come the torpedoes. Yeah, once you get hit by those 138s, or like a... what is that? It's bigger than a 5-inch, but it's smaller than a 6. Once you start getting hit by those, it's pretty much GG. Because the damage really adds up quick. I might need to add more freeboard to the bow, though. This thing always goes down bow first. Do I have any further turrets to speak of? At least they seem to be going down. I think we got them. Not sure if there's anything left by the time the torpedoes get there, but rather that way than the other way around. Hit. Yep, there we go, we got him. Alright. So, the ship struggles to make that happen. Sustained damage. We received 76 shells, including penetrated shells, 43. So those actually managed to go through. We managed to deal 567 shell hits, of which 224 were actually blocked. And 343 went through. We actually got 2 torpedo hits. I don't think we did. Ooh, cruiser engine. Nice. Large propeller shaft and large propeller. I'm not even sure we're going to use that right now. We've got the Akizuki here. Okay, come fight me. Come fight me. You might actually go down easier. Ooh, nice turrets. Nice turrets. Please go broadside so my shells don't ricochet. If they hit at all, that'd be lovely. She has what? Quadruple or quintuple torpedo launcher, so 4s or 5s. Hits. Interestingly, her armor seems to be on the low end of the spectrum. Because it's all going through. It's just going through. That's a turret knocked out. There's torpedoes going into the water. That's kind of what I was expecting she would do, because she's so heavily broadside. She's rolling over. There are the torpedoes. She knocked out my tubes as well. Despite all that armor? Huh. Yeah, she's going down. Okay, are you gonna give me potentially some better torpedo tubes? Like quins? Sorry, quintuples or quads? I don't know if I can keep those alive very well, but that's a whole different discussion. That's your engine knocked out, which at the moment seems to be the least of your worries. Yeah, she's going down. All back emergency. Target eliminated. Okay, we have taken 217 shells, 80 of which penetrated. I have done almost 700. Whoa. Okay, that's better. Yes, here they are. The quadruple 610mm torpedo launcher. Also the 25mm Type 96 dual gun turret and the 65 caliber Type 98 100mm double gun turret. Nice. Also, quite a bunch of supplies. So I can quickly start to upsize the ship. What do we got there? A fortress. And a Type 1936? What is that precisely? Type 1936? Is that like a destroyer? That's one turret knocked out instantly. Good. Oh, a bit higher. Maybe I should have these things on auto-aim as well, these main turrets. Whoa, that just ricocheted right off the deck. I think they sent torpedoes after me. Engine knocked out. Also, I think the other one's a submarine. S-100. Punch it. A bit high. I want to aim at the bridge, because there's a lot of mass there. Whoa! Yep, that's a submarine. It's a submarine. This ship will soon be a submarine, but that's not the one I'm gonna worry about that much. She just needs to get finished off. Soon. Whoa! Good lord, can you stop that? Oh, hold on. You are not, in fact, a submarine, are you? You're gonna ram? That's not a thing in this game. You're a mistake. You're a patrol boat. We're a patrol boat. Good. Have you got any final words? That's another engine knocked out. Come around. Bring around the torpedoes. Let's aim. Aim a bit more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Torpedoes away. Now let's see what I can do with my last surviving singular turret. These things really get knocked out very quickly. Very, very, very quickly. Too easily, in fact, it feels. Way too easy. Anyway, she's gone. It's 3 torpedo hits. And 1 whoa! All back emergencies. Just survive long enough. A few more seconds. Nah, this is not gonna work. Okay, well, it was a victory. It was classed as a victory. But only just. I think that was saved by the bell. Alright, over here we got the R301 torpedo launcher. And a whole bunch more supplies. And now I can go to Jeppe, where I can take on both of those. Or I can take on a fortress. Let's go take on a fortress first. So far, these fortresses have been fairly easy clippings, because it's just send a few torpedoes at it, wait for the torpedoes to arrive, and be done. It is a relatively small target, though. That's the thing that might be a slight challenge here. Just splashing right over them. That's better. 6 pence, and they're... What? Okay. Turret on the top knocked off. I think that crippled them so badly that they're done for. Because they can't shoot anymore. How badly did it damage me? Barely. If at all. Okay, good. Yeah, that's not a problem. Alright. Torpedoes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4th torpedo tube out of commission, I think. Yeah, they're going down. Quick victory against the fortress. Excellent. Now, with all those extra materials, I can probably start getting a much bigger ship. She landed 5 hits on me. I might be able to get a whole bunch of supplies and make the ship taller. Although I'm actually angling to get the 10,000 supplies, so let's keep grinding. Let's go for the Magdeburg. This is going to be a tough one. I might not survive this. Because it's just too much shooting back at me. That's not a good start. Kind of alpha strike this thing. Make sure we immediately land a whole bunch of hits and knock one ship out entirely. Come on, right at the bridge. Too low. Torpedo tube knocked out. That'll make my life easier. Bit low. Our bow's going down. Quickly at that. Forward. Ooh, I'm losing turrets. And we got torpedoes incoming. Okay, let's switch to the tubes myself. Nah, there's not going to be enough ship left here. Now they're forming up as one big target as well. No, I'm done. Okay, we're going to need a bigger ship. If I want to take something like that on. I can load a new hull at 10,000. So, until such a time, I'll have to adapt this one myself. Let's start taking these bits off. Now, to be fair, these additions to the hull are empty. Largely empty. Like, this block is full, and then this is empty. I was kind of worried that just adding a whole lot more hull was not going to work and would just add a whole lot more problems to my ship because it would kill my buoyancy. So that's why I didn't do that. Those need to be the other way around. Now what if I add a whole bunch of layers down here? Would that help? And that's running with the assumption that these will be below the waterline. Because if they're not below the waterline, then this whole thing might not work. This is going to quickly cut into my supplies, but whatever. I just got to make sure this thing survives long enough. What? Is there a problem? Nah, we haven't reached supply limit yet. Oh, that's the sensor that's getting in the way. That's the problem. I had a sensor there. Sonar array. And that was causing issues. Soup mode off. Off. Thank you. Alright. Color this in. So I've added a whole layer to the ship underwater. That means potentially we'll have better buoyancy, but I have yet to test that. Which is why I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time just beautifying the ship yet. A, because I'm not very good at it. And B, I first want to see if this actually works. I have to remember to replace that array though. That passive array. Or sorry, not the passive. The sonar array. Because otherwise I might not be able to detect submarines. Why are you not filled in? There. Okay, so that was weapons. And then this. Now let's just add 2. There. Alright. That might make her more floaty. I could now try and add this. It's just tons and tons and tons of armor. I am worried that we're not going to have enough buoyancy, but let's see how she does. As for firepower, I guess I could make her even wider and add a whole lot to firepower in that regard. So let's try that. I'm going to go with 100mm layers. And then, yeah, kind of color it in with basic hull armor or basic hull stuff. Not the outer layer though. Outer layer I think has to be another 100mm. This is going to be a problem with buoyancy though. I probably can't make this whole thing float. But as they say, whatever floats your boat. The question is, will it? I don't know. This is where Stormworks has a fantastic editor. Stormworks makes this bit so easy, because you just kind of drag blocks along. And it goes, oh, you want to go there? Sure. And it just adds all the blocks in between that you need. This game could take some lessons from that. But then again, it is early access. Or, well, pre-early access, I suppose. And it's a very small, if not solo, project. I'm starting to run out of blocks to use. Not so much, well, not so much blocks, but I don't have that much left in budget. So I would need to quickly eliminate a few more units. Get some more material. Let's see if I can add some firepower to her. Especially automated firepower, because that might make it easier. I'm going to take these 40s off. Make sure that there's a bigger gun in place of that. I did get those, what was that, the 100 Japanese turret? Was that the 100mm, this one? What kind of armor you got? 30mm, yikes. These things had 40, these things also have 40, okay. I could try going with a slightly more traditional warship. So A and B turrets, and then some midships, followed by funnels, followed by more turrets. So let's take those things away and make sure that there's room for that. The whole deleting things is not the easiest system. Yeah, you kind of got to do that almost block by block. Because I don't find that the zoop mode to be very useful. Okay. Over here, I want to have some funnels. Ideally not too wide. Because I want to try and have some modicum of armor around them. Let's see how wide they can be. Because I also got the new cruiser engine. Ooh, that's really tall. How much horsepower is that generating? 95,000 as opposed to 40,000. Ooh. That's a juicy, juicy engine you got there. Okay, let's make sure that those get armor. I'm going to say 50 millimeters of armor. This is also where I'm kind of missing a bit. Because what you see quite a bit is armor causing ricochets. And that's not really something I can do. Because I only have these blocks as armored blocks. And that is making it difficult for me to completely armor up something and like make this angled. Without making it extraordinarily expensive. At this. No, it's too close probably. Yep. Okay, so that should keep my funnels mostly secure. Towards the stern. Let's add some more stuff. Oh, that's how you want me to use zoop mode. So click, click. Got it. Click, click. Alright, never mind. User error, not the game. Come on. Nope, not that. Okay then. Now, if I want to use more turrets, I will have to go broadside. And how am I going to use these large sides of mine? Because I'm going to try and automate more of the ship. And potentially just the whole thing. What I can do is add this. And then have a couple of, let's say, 50 millimeter blocks in zoop mode. Oh, come on. Oh, you're trying to make them wide. Right. Okay, so now we're going to add a couple of relatively smaller guns, the 105s. And I want to have those be overlooking the other ones. 105s. If I orient them outward. I don't know how well these things will clip through each other. There. Okay, make sure that those are all AI controlled. So that's those. Check. We only got 2 of the mains. I want to have another platform here. And make sure we add another one of that 100mm gun. At this point I haven't really found a whole lot of difference between the types of turrets. They all seem to be doing mostly the same thing. So if you look at this thing, it has an armor pen of 138. This has an armor pen of 144, so it really doesn't make that much of a difference. That is not quite super firing yet. Alright, so you get added to the AI as well. That means I have control over the mains. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 turrets and a rangefinder. Oh, this is also considered a rangefinder. The sonar array is considered a rangefinder. Okay. Props, You can handle 30,000 torques. I can output 190,000. We're gonna need a bigger prop. Large propeller shafts. Large props. You guys can handle 90,000 a pop. So we might actually go faster. Who knows? Now, I'm almost at limit. I can still add a turret towards the stern. At least a big gun. At the moment, I don't have 40s yet, but we'll just have to make do without those. That'll kind of be the space where I want to have the rest of the turret. If I have enough points, which will be very tight. Supply limit reached. Supply limit reached. Even a 128 won't fit. A 120 won't fit. Ah, 105 will fit. Okay, fine. You get that. You're also gonna get that. Okay. Let's have a go. This time against the Magdeburg and the Type 1936. Torpedo tubes at the ready. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think one of my torpedo tubes is not set up properly. How high is the ship? Yeah, she's definitely riding a lot higher. Out to the point where my armor is above water level and everything else is not. So the hull parts are not above water level, which is good. AI accuracy seems to be good. 13 pens so far. 17 pens. Speed's good. I'm doing 55 knots in a ship this big. Torpedoes are trash, though. There's their torpedoes. Change. Ooh, you got nuked by your friend. With friends like that, I don't need to do any work. Excellent. Keep at it. Yeah, he got hit by 8 torpedoes. The poor sod. I appear to have whoa! Lost propulsion is what I was going to say, but I appear to have lost a bit more than just my propulsion. How did you do that? How did you knock me out that badly? Because I didn't get hit by a torpedo, so what the hell was that? Let's say that was unlucky. Do that again. I might not have enough firepower on board this ship. Because I don't think I have the same amount of 136mm guns as I did before, which could cause issues. Maybe I shouldn't be targeting this ship in the back, because it could be useful in torpedoing their friend. I'm still going down by the bow. Look at that. Knocked out 3 turrets in a second and a half. Yeah, something is wrong with the bow armor. Which I find surprising, because this is almost solid armor. Block replacer. Or is it? Can I change that to 100mm? Change that too. Oh crap, now it's hull. No, this has to be 100mm armor. All of it. Just the top layers though. Because otherwise I might just sink very quickly. And these things are interesting. Because not all of them will be heavily armored. Now as for what's in the inside, I don't know. Let's armor this up. And this. And then she does. Interestingly, armor is not expensive. It doesn't cost you any more. She's riding a bit lower now. Not terribly so. Next time I'm gonna automate the main guns as well, because I want to see what the ship is actually doing. Like, how much damage is being caused to what weapon system. Oh, she might be down. I'm not doing great myself. Reverse. Once this thing starts going down, it is just very quick. Well, she's down. That's the good news. Bad news is I don't have propulsion. I think my main guns all got knocked out as well. Yeah, so the cruiser's down. But I'm not. Not yet. Still got some main guns operational. If there would be some way to see just the level of damage, and especially where I took that damage, that would make it much better to start improving your craft. Because right now I just don't really have enough information. I know that, yes, I took damage, but I don't know what sort of damage it was, and how badly it impacted the ship, and where. Maybe it would help if I would just build all of those, well, torpedo bilges, if you want to call them that. Torpedo belts, and just put that full of blocks. But I don't think I have time for that now. Not during the battle. Craft. Because this is empty, mostly. Here. Let's see. Mirror mode, soup mode. Come on. No, I don't have the blocks for that. What the hell? Oh, I'm 5 blocks under. Okay. Let's remove that turret. And focus everything on firepower. Heavy firepower at that. Just hand all of that off to the AI. How much pen do you guys get? 200 millimeters. And these? Get 132. The 105s get 144. You got the 120s, which get 178. How about going with the 120s? Could be a bit of a middle ground, because you got the 128, which is 193. This has a 4-second reload, this also has a 4-second reload. Okay. Supply cost 40, supply cost 40. So, for all intents and purposes, I'm comparing the same turret. There. This thing has a cost of 35, 6-second reload. This has a 4-second reload with 193mm pen. Might be good enough. And this thing probably has way much pen, 246, but a 7.5-second reload. Yeah, okay. I got about 800 points. Let's go spend them. Doesn't have to be a very pretty ship, it just has to make it through to the next round. I think 2 blocks high should be sufficient to get 1 or 2 additional laser guns installed. There. And then I might be able to keep that up towards the stern as well. Just gonna quickly chew into my budget though. Okay. Okay, let's see. Can I add a few more? Because I think another issue that I'm facing is my turrets die too soon. And as they do that, I just lose firepower and it snowballs from there. So, that should be sufficient for now. Let's see if that wants to roll. Target those, both. Boom. High amount of shells. Some ricochets. Some not. Turrets are getting knocked out. Good. $39 pens. 54 pens. 3 turrets knocked out in one go. And I'm already going down? There's something about the bow of this ship that I think is the problem. Yep, there she goes again. I didn't even get this guy. How can I survive this encounter? Is the bow just too heavy to start with? Torpedoes away. Very widespread, because one torpedo is enough to kill you. Also, the way these turrets get knocked out, basically by sneezing at them. Yeah, I might need to design a whole new craft, because this thing is just not working that well. Oh, there come their torpedoes. Can I still maneuver? That is a negative. I cannot maneuver. I still have torpedoes in the water, though. They might hit that cruiser. But that guy in the back? I don't know about him. Come on. One hit's all I need. Yes. He's rolling over. What's the... Oh. And the cruiser's also rolling over. Kind of. But not really fast enough. I think there's gonna warrant a full overhaul of this craft, because this does not quite appear to do it for me. This wall of firepower, as good as the amount of shells that I'm putting out is just not putting out enough damage fast enough without sinking. What I think is the culprit is this, because these half blocks, they have 0 armor. And you cannot armor them up either. I don't even know where to find them. Because it's not even this half block. Oh, never mind. Oh, can I do that with this too? No, you cannot. Yeah, so you can adjust these things in size, which is great, but they have no armor. And I think that's the problem, because this whole bow is really only a few blocks. So that might need to get an overhaul. But I'll do that in the next episode. Thank you for watching this one, hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you soon for more ShipCrafter.